Meantime, we want to turn to the big news today from an appeals court here in New York State, lowering the bond for former President Donald Trump to cover the near $500 million judgment in his civil fraud conviction. He will now have 10 days to pay $175 million instead of nearly $500 million. The state attorney general was quick to point out that the $464 million judgment plus interest still stands. The lower bond covers the amount owed while Mr. Trump's appeal is heard. Earlier, the former president praising today's ruling.
It will be my honor to post, and we'll post whatever is necessary, whether it be cash or security or bonds. It's a decision we appreciate and respect the appellate division very much.
Meanwhile, we learned today the former president's first criminal trial will start in less than a month. A judge set jury selection for April 15th. Mr. Trump faces 34 counts of falsifying business records related to payments to adult film actress Stormy Daniels in an attempt, prosecutors say, to buy her silence before the 2016 election. Joining me live tonight is attorney Kristen Elmore-Garcia to help us kind of understand this a little better. We always appreciate your time. And, you know, I listened to a lot of analysis leading up to today. And most people, most legal experts, no matter which side of the political spectrum they were on, did not think the appeals court was going to do this. What do you make of the decision to dramatically slash the amount of money here?
Today's decision, I think, boils down to a compromise. That nearly $500 million judgment was going to be quite a lot for any one individual to post. Civil asset forfeiture, what the New York Attorney General was hoping to undertake or was prepared to undertake if former President Trump wasn't able to post that bond, is a complicated legal process that may not even result in the amount of money that the bond was worth. So, by way of background, this civil judgment was entered after a trial back in February, and the trial judge entered a 93-page post-trial order, essentially ordering the amount that was due to in that case after a trial verdict. Pending an appeal in New York City, the appellate court above the trial courts of New York Supreme Court, New York County, is the appellate division, First Department. The former president did appeal that decision to the First Department, but pending his appeal, asked the appellate judge to stay or essentially pause his requirement to pay that nearly $500 million bond, in which it's not uncommon to have to pay a bond pending an appeal. It's actually more common than not. So I think what the appellate division came down today with, which was a decision made by a panel of 5 intermediate judges, that it was really essentially a compromise.
The other thing I want to ask you about, we are also learning today, and the former president was actually in court in Manhattan for the state case against him, the first criminal case. We got a trial date today. It's going to be April 15th. It will begin with jury selection. This is related to the hush money payments to Stormy Daniels that we've talked about for many years. This is a criminal case. The case before is a civil case. Big difference between the two, right?
Very big difference. The civil case was brought by the New York State Attorney General. So it is a case brought by the people of the state of New York, but it's a civil matter. There's no criminal charges pending with it. The so-called hush money case was actually a criminal case. He was charged by indictment more than a year ago, and we finally have a trial date set on that matter. This trial date comes after a disclosure of some discovery documents by the prosecution not too long ago. Trump's attorney sought to delay the start of the trial one more time, claiming that they needed a little bit more time to review that recent disclosure of discovery documents. What you have is the trial judge finding, actually, there was plenty of time to review the documents. There's no prosecutorial misconduct. The people in that matter, the prosecutors, are ready for trial, and the trial date is set. You could expect jury selection on a case of that magnitude to take potentially even weeks, and a trial to last equally as long, if not longer.
We'll be following all of it. We appreciate your analysis tonight, attorney Kristen Elmore-Garcia. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.